Hello, Leo. Happy April. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've put a reading up for you guys. I'm trying to get back into the groove of doing monthly readings. I probably won't be doing bi-monthly readings, but or bi-weekly. I definitely want to get something up though at the beginning of each month for each sign. So, Leo. Immediately when I tapped into Leo's energy, I definitely started feeling like a lot of heat all over my body. I started feeling like I was very fiery, so a very active sort of energy as far as Leo energy goes. Let's see what that means. All right, Leo for the month of April for 2018. Here we go. And 1, 2, and 3. All right, Leo. Okay, immediately you guys are pulling the 5 of Cups in reverse, Temperance in reverse, and Death upright. All right. So immediately what I'm getting from this is I am okay, the sentence that I'm hearing is I can't wait to get out of here. I am so ready. I'm so ready to get out of here. I'm so over this. I'm so done. Let's pull a clarifying card for the 5. Yep, you are ready. You're ready to go. It's time to go. You want out. Pull a clarifier for the Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like patience. I know things are going to change. I know that there's something happening here, but I am freaking ready. And then for the Death card, we have the King of Wands. I'm ready, but I can't go yet. I'm stuck. Ooh, what a crappy feeling. Okay, so I'm going to shift these up so I can pull more cards if I need to. All right, so immediately here with the 5 of Cups in reverse, I'm feeling like you have this inner desire to let go of something. And it is rooted down by the 6 of Swords. So immediately I'm feeling like you are ready to let go of a situation. You are ready to move on. You're ready to get out of here. I do feel like these are both looking into the future. And I don't always mean this, or the cards don't always come out this way, but sometimes I like to say that this card is more like a little bit before our time now. This is our time now, and this is a little bit ahead of us. And I do feel like these are both looking into the future. So it could have been an escape from a situation to which you were ready for a change. You were ready to go. You were ready. You were really impatient for whatever it was happening, and you kind of rushed it. I feel like you sort of ran. You sort of ran from a situation. I'm going to pull another clarifier to join these 2 cards so I get a little more information. Oh, the Empress. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. All right. I feel like you were running from a situation that you were afraid you were going to get locked down in. That you could see it coming. You could see that you were going to get stuck, or you were going to get trapped, or that you felt like someone was trying to trap you, or someone was trying to. And I almost feel like you ran from a girlfriend who was trying to get pregnant because you didn't want to have a kid. You didn't want to start a life. You're not ready for that. So you were like, I got to go. I'm out. Interesting. These 2 cards right here, this lost card and this getting away from a situation, I definitely feel like these were willingly. I do not feel like this was like I had no choice. I definitely feel like you were ready for this. And then in the middle you have Temperance, which is, we're talking about patience, and we're talking about the Wheel of Fortune. So you're like, okay, listen, if I just go ahead and do this, if I just run, if I just leap and make this choice, then something's going to change, right? I feel like you didn't really think a lot about it. You didn't really put a lot of thought into it. It was just like, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. So that's what it is. And I feel like you're stuck there now because you have, before I move on, I'm going to go ahead and pull a clarifier here. Yeah, the Lovers, definitely. You're definitely wanting a change. And I feel like quite possibly this is from a relationship. I do feel like this is very relationship oriented. Running from one person, going to another, leaving for love. It's interesting. Wanting to change the lover situation. And then one more clarifying here is the 9 of Cups. So You know what? I'm going to go ahead and pull another one because I don't feel like this is telling me enough of the story for these last 3 cards here. So I'm going to put this up here, and I am going to draw another one here. And again, a wand card, but this one's upright, so that's good. So with death and the death card, we're talking about endings. We're also talking about beginnings. We're talking about the change of something, the change of a cycle, oh, you guys can't see that, can you? Let's see. I have no way to zoom out. Let's see if I can move them over. Not really, it's sort of stuck. Let's see. It's kind of a jumbled mess, but I want to get all the cards in frame here. Oh, it's better than nothing. Okay. You know why? I feel like this is very far away. Sorry about this, guys. I'm just trying to... It's weird, I usually don't have this much problems. Alright. It's kind of blurry, but at least you can see all the cards. So right now I'm focusing on these last 4. These last 4 are telling me a story. These ones over here have already told me the story. They're telling me where you've come from, what you're doing right now, and why. And over here, I feel like this is the reality of the situation. And so let's say this. So the death card is talking about endings. It's talking about, you know, stopping one cycle to begin another. It is rooted down by the King of Wands. And when I get the King of Wands in any reading, I usually have a tendency to feel like he can be, and not always, but I feel like he can be, at least what's in the reversed position, that it's kind of like, I'll just say this. If you are a male watching this, or let's just say in general, I don't know how to not make it specific, but the feeling that I'm getting here, and I know that I have females that are watching this, that you know, Leo females, but I almost feel like this is a person who was a player, who had found somebody that was ready to be serious with, and they ran because they weren't ready to be serious, and now they feel like they've avoided. They ran from this loving relationship. They ran from the potential of a family. They ran from this thing because they didn't want to get locked down. And then they were impatient. They jumped into another relationship, and it went well. But now you're focusing on like killing the player lifestyle, right? This is somebody who's ready to be more serious, who's ready to be more honest, who's ready to be more open, and who's ready to share in a relationship. And an overlying theme for all of this is the Knight of Swords. So you have the Knight of Swords, then you have the Knight of Wands. So this is definitely somebody who's ready for moving forward, who's ready for change, who's ready for, who's definitely ready for being more, reliable, more, it's interesting. I feel not so much the Knight of Swords. I feel like the Knight of Swords has its own sort of connotations about what it's about, but I almost feel like this is a person who is really struggling to make up their mind about settling down, starting a life, having a life, being in a relationship, being, trustworthy. And all of these cards right here, I mean, there's just so much going on that it could be a series of different events. I definitely feel like this was somebody who ran from somebody, who ran from a relationship, who ran from somebody who was safe, stable, kind, womanly, mature, who was ready for something real. And you ran because you weren't ready for that. And now you're stuck in a cycle where you feel like you have some sort of regret, or even that you feel like you screwed up. And so a lot of these cards, and especially these 2 knights, they're looking into the past. So I do feel like this is somebody who's like, dang, I really could have had the life. You know, I could have had the dream, the everything. I could have been real happy with this person, but I wasn't happy with myself, so I had to take off. And that's rough. It's a rough position to be in, but I do see that there's a light at the end of the tunnel here. I do feel like there is potential, because you do have we'll just stick this here. We have the Nine of Cups and we have the Knight of Wands. And so when these two, and the Nine of Cups is in a reading, I feel like this is a person who has all of the things at their disposal to really make a good life, to have everything they want, to have everything that they want and to really put in the effort. But I definitely feel like this is a person who has to look back on their past decisions and evaluate what's important to them and to think about what they really want out of life and out of their situation. So this month in April, because you guys got so much going on, and it's really telling me a story about somebody who was not stable, who was not ready, that was really kind of wishy-washy. This is definitely a person who wanted more, who chased after it, and decided that maybe it wasn't all they had hoped for. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 major arcana cards here. And to me, the overlying energy of all of this is standing in the middle of the crossroads. It's looking at your past, looking at where you've been, where you've come from, and looking into the future and going, I want happiness. I want those things. And I have to tell you that it's not too late. You have to hear these words. It is not too late. There is someone out there for you. There is the big picture out there for you. You have the potential to be great, and to have somebody who's great for you. And that's a really good feeling. I feel like you guys have this, you guys have hope. I do feel like you have to work through some stuff. I feel like this is the wall that's separating you from your happiness, that you've been through all of this. You made your decisions. You kind of have your regrets, but you learned a lot of lessons from it. Then you have this barrier, this obstacle that you have to work through. You have to work through that negative cycle of actions that you have, this fearful regret, sort of deceiving, sort of unfaithful, very sort of untrustworthy behavior, and the lack of maturity. I do feel like there's some sort of immaturity here. You have to work through this personal barrier and make the decision or the decisions to stop playing games and to really buckle down and decide what you want out of life. Okay, so this is the month for you guys. April is a month of you really doing some evaluation, and I feel like you guys are really charged this month. Like you guys got you guys got charged up. So I feel like your clarity is going to be quite high. I feel like you definitely have the potential to have, an epiphany this month for sure. All right, Leos, I love you guys. I will see you in May.